Yo, 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 yo. A basement alchemy, turn and let the gold. Stories from the dungeon, brave and bold. Raw and uncut, straight from the real. Giving you the grit that you can feel.
Yeah, yo, ascend the stairs into the lab below, where the red lights on the meters glow. No fancy equipment, just the heart and soul. Taking complete and total control. The air is stale, but the vibes are fresh. Music weaving through the spirit and flesh. I chop the sample, rearrange the time, finding the perfect pocket for the rhyme. It's chemistry, mixed with a little bit of magic. If you miss the point, it's tragic. We brew the potion in the MPC, unlock the mind and set it free. The kick drum thumps like a giant's walk. This is the way that the real heads talk. No polish, no shine, just matte black. Putting the city on the musical back. The tape hiss as the texture and grain, relieving the stress and the daily pain. We are the scientists of the boom bap sound, deep in the underground.
Basement alchemy, turn and let the gold. Stories from the dungeon, brave and bold. Raw and uncut, straight from the real. Giving you the grit that you can feel. Basement alchemy, turn and let the gold. Stories from the dungeon, brave and bold. Raw and uncut, straight from the real. Giving you the grit that you can feel.
The walls are padded with that crate foam. This is the temple, this is the home of the rawest beats and the sharpest flow. Watching the creative energy grow, I filter the bass line, make it murky and deep. Waking the listeners from their sleep. It's dirty, it's grimy, it's beautiful too. Staying authentic, staying true to the essence of the art form, pure and simple. Pop the pretension like a pimple. We strictly business, no time for play. Working through the night and the day. The snare drum cracks like a whip in the dark, leaving the permanent and heavy mark. It's distinct. You can tell by the noise, separating men from the little boys. The alchemy happens when the mic is on. From the dusk until the dawn, transmuting struggle in the sonic gems. Polishing the rough stems.
Basement alchemy, turn and let the gold. Stories from the dungeon, brave and bold. Raw and uncut, straight from the real. Giving you the grit that you can feel.
Yeah, just the drums and the voice. That's all you need. Keep it raw. The final mix down, straight to cassette. The best session that we ever had yet. The saturation warms up the cold frequency. A masterpiece of consistency. We don't need a label, don't need a deal. Just the raw emotion that is real. The basement is the factory, the production line. Crafting the product, making it fine. I press eject, hold the tape in hand. The best sound in the entire land is proof of the work, proof for the sweat. A night that we never will forget. Basement alchemy, the secret formula. Breaking the borders, breaking the corner with visions of greatness. Sounds of might, exploding like dynamite. So pass the tape, let it circulate before it gets too late. Yeah, a basement alchemy, turn and let the gold. Stories from the dungeon, brave and bold. Raw and uncut, straight from the real. Giving you the grit that you can feel. A basement alchemy, turn and let the gold. Stories from the dungeon, brave and bold. Raw and uncut, straight from the real. Giving you the grit that you can feel. Check, rewind, play.
Yo, let me get a quart of water and a bag of chips. The quarter bodega, center of the world, where the neighborhood store is yet unfurled. Pappy at the counter, cigar in the mouth, radio playing salsa. I'm the South, and cats sleeping on the beer rag high. Watching the customers walking by. I walk in for the breakfast, coffee and a roll. Nourishment for the body and the soul. An old man playing numbers, dreaming of a win, discussing the state that the city is in. Cakes buy candy before the school bell. Others up to no good, raising hell as the community hall. The mooch around where the pulse of the people is found. I pay with the change, corners and dimes. We eating the headlines of the New York Times. corner bodega, hoping all night. Neon sign buzzing in the pale light. Quarter waters, Lucy's in a hammer ride. Watching the whole world passing by. Yo, you got a problem packing those a scoop. Here's the gossip from the entire group. Who got arrested, who got a new job, who getting rich and who getting robbed. Printed book thick, pages worn and brown, holding up the families in the town. They meet ex-weight, he says with a nod, playing the role of a minor guy. The smell of plantain and clean product mix, getting the daily sugar fix. Police warp in, free coffee in the cup, checking the same, see what it's up. Uneasy truce in the narrow aisle, Drayed in a suspicious and a weary smile. Both gave us stories, urban folklore happening right inside this globe. Corner bodega, hoping all night. Neon sign buzzing in the pale light. Quarter waters, Lucy's in a hammer ride. Watching the whole world passing by. Midnight run, 2 in the morning. Feeling tired of feeling born. The Drader's half down, buzzer on the lot. Only place open on the entire block. I buy juice and a pack of gum. Seeing the shadows where the dangers come. But inside a safe, ray fluorescent glare. A momentary refuge full of care. It's an institution, killer of the street. Where the bitter and the sweet meet. Respect the blow Jager, respect the man. Doing everything that it can to sound the people. Make a little dough. In the same moving fast and slow. Quarter bodega, open all night. Neon shine buzzing in the pale light. Quarter waters, Lucy's in a hammer ride. Watching the whole world passing by. Thanks, Floppy. See you tomorrow. Keep it changed. One love. One love. One love. One love. One love. One love.
Voices in the tunnel, hum old hymns. Trains pass slow, lights go dim. Stories echo through the iron and dust. We hold it down with faith and trust. Voices in the tunnel, hum old hymns. Trains pass slow, lights go dim. Stories echo through the iron and dust. We hold it down with faith and trust. I seen time stop between station and line. Graffiti names glowing like a holy sign. Each mark a message left by the past. Respect the art, respect the craft. The metal walls carry the city hum. Footsteps heavy, hearts feeling numb. Every ride a sermon, rhythm and tone. Every seat a throne for thoughts alone. I watch reflections move on glass. Moments of truth you wish would last. The conductor nods, the door slides shut. Bassline hums, deep in the gut. The beat keeps looping like the iron spin. Each arrival a place we've already been. I breathe the fumes, nostalgia thick. Years dissolve in tunnels brick. These are lessons you can't erase. Written in motion, written in bass. Voices in the tunnel, hum old hymns. Trains pass slow, lights go dim. Stories echo through the iron and dust. We hold it down with faith and trust. Voices in the tunnel, hum old hymns. Trains pass slow, lights go dim. Stories echo through the iron and dust. We hold it down with faith and trust. Another stop, faces blur with time. Lost souls riding, same design. Headphones leaking, classic sound. Boom bap, echo deep underground. I reminisce on the days of gold. Ciphers held tight when the nights got cold. No cameras, no filters, raw respect. Lyrics sharp, minds direct. The subway light flicker, sync with the bar. Chop soul flips, cut through the scar. Reminders that life still loops again. Same dirt, same dreams, same pain. I see myself in the younger eyes, chasing purpose beneath these skies. We all seeking a reason to stay alive. Through survival, we revive. Voices in the tunnel, hum old hymns. Trains pass slow, lights go dim. Stories echo through the iron and dust. We hold it with faith and trust. the underground always been our church, our confession booth. Every word spit here turns pain into progress. Every soul finds rhythm in the noise. I leave the car, climb to the street above. Reality hits hard, no love, but I carry that train noise in my chest. Steady reminder to never rest. The echo becomes heartbeat sound, lost in rhythm, but purpose found. Every block replay the verse I heard. Every breath reaffirm the word. Legacy built from the people's tone. Voices of the broken form in stone. I take the long route just to feel the pace. Each crack a fingerprint of grace. Understanding born from pain endured. Echo pure, lines matured. Subway hymns forever remain. Spirit of struggle, rising again. Voices in the tunnel, hum old hymns. Trains pass slow, lights go dim. Stories echo through the iron and dust. We hold it down with faith and trust. Voices in the tunnel, hum old hymns. Trains pass slow, lights go dim. Stories echo through the iron and dust. We hold it down with faith and trust. It's faded. Underground prayer.
Rooftop theory, looking at the view. Perspective changes on what is true. Above the noise, above the crowd. Head in the silence, head in the cloud. Look down, I climb the fire escape, iron cold. Looking for a story that hasn't been told. The higher I go, the smaller they get. The problems, the worries, the stress and the debt. I reach the gravel roof, wind in the face. Finding a quiet and a solitary place. The city grid looks like a circuit board, a treasure chest, a dragon's hoard of lights and movement, chaos and flow. Watching the river of traffic go from here to siren sound like a song. Nothing feels right, nothing feels wrong. Just existence, pure and wide. Watching the rise and the fall of the tide. The Irish fairly pad floats in the air, washing away the burden of care. I breathe the oxygen, thinner and clean, observing the entire machine. Rooftop theory, a state of mind, leaving the heavy world behind. Detached but connected, seeing the whole, feeding the eyes and feeding the soul. Yeah, rooftop theory, looking at the view. Perspective changes on what is true. Above the noise, above the crowd. Head in the silence, head in the cloud. Rooftop theory, looking at the view. Perspective changes on what is true. Above the noise, above the crowd. Head in the silence, head in the cloud. The water towers stand like sentinels tall, guarding the buildings, guarding it all. Pigeons fly in a synchronized loop. A natural army, an airborne troop. I see the patterns that you miss on the street, where the avenues and the boulevards meet. The interactions, the near miss, the anger, the fight, the lover's kiss. It all blends together in a tapestry. A beautiful and complex geometry. The wind chimes tinkle, a gentle sound. Miles above, solid ground. This is the sanctuary, the eagle's nest. Putting the weary mind to rest. I analyze the structure, the urban design. Reading the hidden and the subtles of how we live and how we survive. Keeping the ant colony alive. The base is deep, grounding the flight, waiting for the stars to ignite in the canopy of the darkening sky. Watching the day say goodbye. Rooftop theory, looking at the view. Perspective changes on what is true. Above the noise, above the crowd. Head in the silence, head in the cloud. Rooftop theory, look looking at the view. Perspective changes on what is true. Above the noise, above the crowd. Head in the silence, head in the cloud. Night falls, the city turns to gold. A billion stories waiting to unfold. The grid lights up, electricity hums. The beat of the city, the rhythm of drums. I stand on the edge, looking down below. Respecting the fast, respecting the slow. It's a meditation, a visual prayer. Floating on the current of the air. Rooftop theory, the philosophy of height. Finding the clarity, finding the light. I take a mental picture, save the frame. Nothing will ever look quite the same. When I descend, back to the street, back to the noise, back to the heat. I carry the silence, carry the peace. The perspective shifted, the vision clear. Conquering the doubt and the fear. Above the world, I found my place in the infinite. An open space, rooftop theory, looking at the view. Perspective changes on what is true. Above the noise, above the crowd. Head in the silence, head in the cloud. Rooftop theory, looking at the view. Perspective changes on what is true. Above the noise, above the crowd. Head in the silence, head in the cloud. Descend. Back to reality. Keep the vision. Peace.
Think sidewalk prophets, preaching to the air, netted in the truth with the utmost care. Wisdom in the gutter, diamonds in the dust, and the madness is the only trust. Listen, thug, walk down the Ave, see the old man holding the bottle in the aluminum can. He talks to the pigeons, talks to the sky, watching the busy people passing by. They call him crazy, I call him wise. Seeing the world through the ancient eyes. He said, the end is coming, prepare the soul. Playing the part and playing the role of the urbanistic shaman of the street. Bring the bitter in the sweet, meet that drop a dollar in the tuck. We nods ahead, bless you son, is what he said. I learned rule from him in the school book. Taking the closer in the deeper look at the humanity, raw and refined. We in the judgment far behind. Say sidewalk prophets, pictures of the air, handling the truth with the utmost care. Wisdom in the gutter, diamonds in the dust, and the madness is the only trust. Then there's a chess player in the park, playing from the morning until the dark. He moves the pieces with a steady hand, master of the board and the master plan. Do teach us strategy, patience of war, saddling the engine and the mental score. Protect the king, sacrifice the pawn, from the dust until the break of dawn. Years gather around, watching the move, finding the rhythm and finding the groove. He's a professor without a degree, teaching the ultimate philosophy of cause and effect, action and reaction, finding the peace and the satisfaction in the logic of the game. Pure and clean, part of the dirty and the gritty scene. Sidewalk prophets, preaching to the air, handling the truth with the utmost care. Wisdom in the gutter, diamonds in the dust, and the madness is the only trust. The lady selling oils and the incense stick, burning the sage and the candle wick. She knows the herbs, knows the cure, keeping the spirit and the body clear. She pumps about energy, vibes of flow, things that the average people don't know. She heals the neighborhood with a smile, walking along in the spiritual mile. Sidewalk prophets everywhere while I look, pages torn out of the holy book. You just gotta listen, open the ear, conquering the doubt and the sudden fear. The city is a school, the street is a class, watching the moments and the scenes is past. The stricken beaches in the ragged clothes, where the wind blows and the river flows. Sidewalk prophets preaching to the air, handling the truth with the utmost care. Wisdom in the gutter, diamonds in the dust, and the madness is the only trust. That's the none. Open the eyes. Respect. 3 a.m. static on the radio dial. Walking the green in the lonely mile. City sleeps, but the mind runs fast. Thinking about the future and the past. By the way, the street lights buzz, flickering yellow. I'm a mellow, but a dangerous fellow. Insomnia is the fuel for the art. Writing the lyrics from the heavy heart. The silence is loud, ringing in the ears, conquering the doubt and the sudden fear. I look out the window, empty street, sinking the pulse with the drum beat. This is the witching hour, creative sparks, lighting up the room in the deepest dark. While the rivals sleep, I sharpen the blade, watching the memories begin to fade. Focus is laser, concentration high. Under the black in the starry sky, I'm the night watchman, guarding the flow, watching the energy and the power grow. 3 a.m. static on the radio dial, walking the green and the lonely mile. City sleeps but the mind runs fast, thinking about the future and the past. Coffee cup empty, ashtray full, feeling the gravity and the magnetic pull of the notebook page. Calling the pen, doing it again and again and again. The radio hisses, white noise sound, solid feet on the solid ground. I tune into the frequency of the ghost, raising a glass for the midnight toast to the hustlers, the grinders, the night shift, accepting the curse and accepting the gift of seeing the world when the mask is off, suppressing the sneeze and the hack and cough. The city naked, raw and exposed, case open, never closed. I document the feeling, capture the mood. Solitude is the spiritual food. 3 a.m. static on the radio dial, walking the green in the lonely mile. City sleeps but the mind runs fast, thinking about the future and the past. Sun is coming up soon, sky turns green, preparing for the start of another day. But I own the night, the darkness is mine. Walking the thin and the dangerous line. The static clears up, the signal is strong. Right in the right and right in the wrong. I finally lay their head on the pillow, weeping like the sad and the weeping willow. But the work is done, the verse is complete, leaving the rhymes on the pavement street. 3 a.m. static, the lullaby song, where the weak die and the strong belong. Sleep comes fast, heavy and deep, promises made that I intend to keep. 3 a.m. static on the radio dial, walking the brain in the lonely mile. City sleeps but the mind runs fast, thinking about the future and the past. Good morning, sleep tight, static fades, peace.
The page absorbs the ink, the mind absorbs the pain. Writing through the sunshine, writing through the rain. Ink stained fingers leaving prints on the page, documenting history, defining the age. The page absorbs the ink, the mind absorbs the pain. Writing through the sunshine, writing through the rain. Ink stained fingers leaving prints on the page, documenting history, defining the age. I sit alone with a composition book, black and white, under the flicker of the buzzing yellow light. The pen is heavy, weighted by the thought, battles of the spirit that are daily fought. I don't just write words, I architect your sound, building skyscrapers on the solid ground. The ink flows liquid, turning into stone, a legacy created in the quiet zone. My fingertips are stained with the blue and the black. There is no erasing, no turning back. Once it's on the paper, it becomes the law, the rawest illustration that you ever saw. I calculate the meter, balance out the bar, aiming for the truth, aiming for the star. The mental acrobatic, flipping through the line, searching for the perfect and the rare design. It's dedication written in the cursive script, from the soul to the hand, let the nectar drip. The archive growing, volume number 10. The sword is mighty, but I prefer the pen. Respect the writer, respect the quiet art, drawing out the map of the human heart. The page absorbs the ink, the mind absorbs the pain. Writing through the sunshine, writing through the rain. Ink stained fingers leaving prints on the page, documenting history, defining the age. The page absorbs absorbs the ink, the mind absorbs the pain. Writing through the sunshine, writing through the rain. Ink stained fingers leaving prints on the page, documenting history, defining the age. Every blotch a memory, every scratch a scar. Traveling the distance without a moving car. I travel through the sentences, paragraphs of life, cutting through the confusion like a sharp knife. The smell of old paper, the scratch of the nib, telling true stories, never tell a fib. I document the struggle of the common man, doing everything that a poet can to elevate the discourse, raise the mental state before the hour gets too late. The ink is the blood of the creative mind, leaving something permanent and real behind. I see the patterns hitting in the messy scrawl, writing on the subway, writing on the wall. It's graffiti for the notebook, tags for the soul, making the fragmented spirit feel whole. The stain on the finger is a badge of honor, sitting in the corner like a silent loner. But inside the head, the universe expands, holding the galaxy in the ink-stained hands. Check the grammar, check the flow and the pace, running the marathon, the long-distance race. The page absorbs the ink, the mind absorbs the pain, writing through the sunshine, writing through the rain. Ink-stained fingers leaving prints on the page, documenting history, defining the age. The page absorbs the ink, the mind absorbs the pain, writing through the sunshine, writing through the rain. Ink-stained fingers leaving prints on the page, documenting history, defining the age. Yeah, the final chapter written in the fading light, closing the book on the long and weary night. But the words remain, they never fade away, ready to be read on another day. I leave the stain as proof that I was here, conquering the doubt and the sudden fear. The physical connection to the written word, the most powerful voice that was ever heard, is the one that whispers from the written line, resonating through the fabric of time. So let the fingers dirty, let the ink spill. It's all part of the process and the skill. Ink-stained legacy, bound in the spine, yours and mine, intertwined, yeah. The page absorbs the ink, the mind absorbs the pain, writing through the sunshine, writing through the rain. Ink-stained fingers leaving prints on the page, documenting history, defining the age. The page absorbs the ink, the mind absorbs the pain, writing through the sunshine, writing through the rain. Ink-stained fingers leaving prints on the page, documenting history, defining the age. Close the book, close the book, close the book. Put the pen down, pen down. Legacy, legacy, peace, peace, peace.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Long. Know the fall. Strategy, yeah. Yeah. I study angles like a grandmaster, sitting in the bar, making moves before the sky high turns dark. Every decision is a piece on the board. Project that energy, the mental reward. The rook is the tower, the bishop is the street. The knight moves quicker, but he stays on his feet. Checkmate waiting if you slip on the die. Walk in the grid, mile after mile. I see them opening, the gap in the line. Calculating, risking to make the time. No clock ticking, that's the rhythm of the heart. Turning the fence into a devastating art. The pieces are heavy, carved out of stone. Kings stay seated on the mental throne. Sacrifice a pawn to advance the queen. Understanding layers on the scene, unseen. This logic cold and precise in the heat. Every victory tastes bittersweet. Focus on the saints of control the space. Maintain a steady imitation case. The rapper fall rings, signaling the turn. Lessons that the reckless ones never learn. We play for geeks, never play for fun. Ream isn't over till the logic is done. Move it on, protect the king. Watch what they're changing. Caesars bring inside walk chests on the concrete square. Strategy heading into the sea. Yeah. As Leah's thrown it is the doubt, living inside the mind, leaving the hesitation far behind. A castle early, building wall of defense, analyzing data, making it make steps. The black and white squares blend into gray, navigating shadows in the middle of the day. Tactics evolve from the ancient school, exception to the old, staying calm and cool. I watch the diagonals, the sudden attack, put plan for the breath, never falling back. The board is the block, the pieces are real. Nerves made of iron, will made of steel. Foreseeing the outcome, brief steps ahead. Remembering the words that the wise one said. Don't rush the capture, let the trap set. A game of patience you never forget. The baseline walks like like a sentry on guard. Life is simple, but the game is hard. Strategy dictates the flow of the rich. Moving through the fog in the morning mist. Check the perimeter, secure the rank. Money in the mind, not just the bank. Sidewarm stylists with a degree in the game. Weighing without seeking the fortune of fame. Protect the game.
Life with the changing.
Seasons bring.
It's sidewalk chess.
On the concrete ground.
Gotta be heavy in the city.
Gang approaching, the board is clear. Conquering the pain and the sudden fear. The king stands solo, but his stance is proud. Silence speaking louder than the noisy crowd. I make the final move, precision and grace. Finding the solution in the hardest place. The checkmate sound is a snatch while I'm smashed. Closing the circle, closing the gap. We shake hands, respect is the core. Walking back home on a long road. The pieces go back in the wooden box. Time keeps moving, ticking on the clocks, but the lesson remains etched in the brain. Sunshine follows the evious rain. Sidewalk slash the tournament of life, cutting through tension like a scum knife. Man's to the ball, man's to the self. Wisdom is the only true route, so be set the pieces, let the game begin. Play it with honor, play it to win.
The fun.
Protect the game.
Life of the changing.
Jesus bring.
It's sidewalk chess.
On the concrete square.
Strategy heavy in the city.
On the palm, but protect the game.
Life of the changing.
If the Jesus bring.
It's sidewalk chess.
On the concrete square.
Strategy heavy in the city.
Strategy, strategy. Game over. Checkmate. Strategy. Game over.
Yeah, smoke ring cipher, pass the mic around. Spitting the illest and the rawest sound. Heads nodding heavy to the dusty beat. Creating the fire and the lyrical heat. I say, smoke ring cipher, pass the mic around. Spitting the illest and the rawest sound. Heads nodding heavy to the dusty beat. Creating the fire and the lyrical heat. Yo, we gather in the basement, dim the light. Prepare for the lyrical fight tonight. Not fists, just wits and the sharp tongue. Songs of the underground being sung. The air is hazy, sweet, smell of the green. Setting the vibe for the creative scene. I kick the flow, flip the script, turn the page. Acting like a beast in the metal cage. Freestyle off the top, connecting the rhyme. Ignoring the clock and the passing time. Metaphors flying like birds in the sky. Looking the opponent right in the eyes. Friendly competition, iron sharpens iron. Roaring like the king in the jungle lion. Smoke rings floating, halos on the head. Resurrecting the flow from the dead. SMO shit. Smoke rings cycle, pass the mic around. Spitting the illest and the rawest sound. Heads nodding heavy to the dusty beat. Creating the fire and the lyrical heat. Smoke rings cycle, pass the mic around. Spitting the illest and the rawest sound. Heads nodding heavy to the dusty beat. Creating the fire and the lyrical heat. Next man up, grab the mic, hold it tight. Spit in the darkness and spit in the light. Wordplay complex, puzzle for the brain. Driving the listeners, mostly insane. We build the energy, stack it to the roof. Need no evidence and need no proof. The cipher is the circle, unbroken bond. Swimming in the deep and the lyrical pond. I catch the rhythm, ride the snare and the kick. Doing the magic and the verbal trick. Syllables bouncing like a rubber ball. Standing up proud and standing up tall. The smoke thickens, the vision gets blurred, but the speech is clear, no slur. We keep it moving, rotation is key. Unlocking the mind and setting it free. Simone say, smoke ring cipher, yeah. I say, smoke ring cipher, pass the mic around. Spitting the illest and the rawest sound. Heads nodding heavy to the dusty beat. Creating the fire and the lyrical heat. So smoke ring cipher, pass the mic around. Spitting the illest and the rawest sound. Heads nodding heavy to the dusty beat. Creating the fire and the lyrical heat. Last verse, gotta make it count, bring it home. Sitting on the rhythm like a king on the throne. I weave the story, intricate design, claiming the victory and making it mine. The crew was hyping, shouting out the praise, lost in the music and the smoky haze. This is the essence, the core of the art, playing with the mind and the soul and heart. No hook needed, just bars on bars, aiming for the planets and aiming for stars. The beat fades out, but we keep flowing on, from the dusk until the breaking dawn. Smoke ring cipher, legendary session, teaching the class and the daily lesson. Respect the circle, respect the smoke. Life is a serious and heavy joke. Smoke ring cipher, pass the mic around, spitting the illest and the rawest sound. Heads nodding heavy to the dusty beat, creating the fire and the lyrical heat. Yeah, cipher complete. Open the window. One love, 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 one love. Yo, 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 we yo, 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 we yo, 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 we yo, 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 we yo, 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 we yo, 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 we yo, 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 we yo, 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 we yo, 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 yo.
Stairwell diplomacy, shadows on the wall, meeting in the dark, waiting for the call. Business handle quiet, money change hand, operating strictly by the demand. Stairwell diplomacy, shadows on the wall, meeting in the dark, waiting for the call. Business handle quiet, money change hand, operating strictly by the demand. 11th floor, light bulb smashed out, removing the shadow of the doubt. I wait by the incinerator chute, wearing the hoodie and a heavy boot. Steps echoing below, coming up slow, friend or foe, I really don't know. Hand on the waist, just in case, scanning the darkness, looking for a face. A match strikes, flaring in the gloom, illuminating the concrete room. It's the contact, right on time, ready to commit the victimless crime. Speaking codes, slang from the block, eye on the door, eye on the lock. The exchange is made, quick and discreet, back to the safety of the street. Stairwell diplomacy, shadows on the wall, meeting in the dark, waiting for the call. Business handle quiet, money change hand, operate strictly by the demand. The project smell like boiled cabbage and piss, a jagged reality, hard to miss. Graffiti tags marking the turf war, blood stains dried on the 3rd floor. Kids playing tag in the hallway maze, lost in the smoke and the purple haze. Mothers praying behind a triple lock, watching the clock tick tock. We conduct the treaties in the vertical shaft, a dangerous art, a dangerous craft. Avoid the elevators, they always stuck, running out of patience, running out of luck. Diplomacy fails when the gun comes out, replacing a whisper with the shout. So keep it civil, keep it low key, strictly between you and me. Stairwell diplomacy, shadows on the wall, meeting in the dark, waiting for the call. Business handle quiet, money change hand, operating strictly by the demand. Yo, 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 yo. I count the stairs coming down, flights of fear, wishing I was anywhere but here. But the stomach growl and the rent is due. Gotta do what I gotta do. Yo, the exit door heavy, pushing to the light, leaving the darkness of the eternal night, blending to the crowd, act natural. The situation is mathematical, probability of getting caught is high. Under the watchful, a electronic eye, but the stairwell keeps the secrets deep, while the innocent residents sleep. Stairwell diplomacy, the urban state, negotiating destiny and fate. Stairwell diplomacy, shadows on the wall, meeting in the dark, waiting for the call. Business handle quiet, money change hand, operate strictly by the demand.
Walk away, don't look back. 11th floor, gone, 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 gone.
Yo, round and round it goes, where it stops nobody knows. The infinite loop, how the river flows. Catch the rhythm, catch the repetition. Life is just a cycle, that's the definition. Spin it back, round and round it goes, where it stops nobody knows. The infinite loop, how the river flows. Catch the rhythm, catch the repetition. Life is just a cycle, that's the definition. Spin it back. I wake up to the sample, same 4 bars. Looking out the window at the fading stars. The sun comes up, the sun goes down. The same old faces in the same old town. But in the repetition, I find the groove. Watching how the people and the planets move. It's a circle, a cycle, a spinning wheel, making the abstract become real. I walk the same block, see new things. Winter turns to summer, autumn to spring. The loop is the teacher, patience is the key. Unlocking the mysteries of you and me. Don't fight the cycle, ride the wave. From the cradle strictly to the grave. It repeats to remind us what we miss. Checking the names on the daily list. The needle in the groove follows the track. Forward motion, never looking back, but always returning to the starting point. Like the smoke rising from the burning joint. It spirals up, disappears in air. The infinite loop is everywhere. Round and round it goes, where it stops nobody knows. The infinite loop, how the river flows. Catch the rhythm, catch the repetition. Life is just a cycle, that's the definition. Spin it back. Round and round it goes, where it stops nobody knows. The infinite loop, how the river flows. Catch the rhythm, catch the repetition. Life is just a cycle, that's the definition. History repeats, so they say. We live the past in the modern day. The fashion comes back, the slang returns. The fire dies down, but the ember burns. I study the loop, find the break point. Logic and emotion at the joint. Everything is connected, nothing is loose. The train is the engine and the caboose, chasing its tail on the iron rail. Sometimes you succeed, sometimes you fail, but the failure is part of the winning streak. Every single day, every single week, the piano key strikes resonant and clear, marking the passing of another year. We are caught in the orbit, gravity pull. Sometimes empty, sometimes full. The moon waxes, the moon wanes. Sunshine follows the heavy rains. It's the breath in, it's the breath out, removing the shadow of the doubt. Within the loop, I find my peace, waiting for the ultimate release. Round and round it goes, where it stops nobody knows. The infinite loop, how the river flows. Catch the rhythm, catch the repetition. Life is just a cycle, that's the definition. Spin it back. Round and round it goes, where it stops nobody knows. The infinite loop, how the river flows. Catch the rhythm, catch the repetition. Life is just a cycle, that's the definition. Spin it back. Just listen to it spin. 33 revolutions, 45 evolutions. It never really ends. It just changes form. So I stay in the pocket, stay in the zone, building the castle stone by stone. If the wall falls down, build it again. The labor of the women and the men. The beat don't stop, it only fades. Navigating light in the dark shades. The infinite loop is the heartbeat sound, connecting the sky to the solid ground. I meditate on the circle, perfect shape. No beginning, no end, no escape. But why escape when the rhythm is right? Dancing in the morning, the night. Accept the pattern, accept the flow. Let the inner wisdom grow. The record spins until the needle lifts, appreciating all the simple gifts of time and space in the melody. The loop is the ultimate therapy, so let it pray, let it run, until the setting of the sun. Round and round it goes, where it stops nobody knows. The infinite loop, how the river flows. Catch the rhythm, catch the repetition. Life is just a cycle, that's the definition. Round and round it goes, where it stops nobody knows. The infinite loop, how the river flows. Catch the rhythm, catch the repetition. Life is just a cycle, that's the definition. Looping, forever, and ever, fade.